Just waiting.
You're listening to Soul Blerds After Dark with Letter J, Almani Bonnie, and superhero DJ John Quick.
What up, bro? What up? How you doing, man? You good? Oh, let me get this camera right. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there she go. Here we was looking for our queen.
Hey,
what's good? Yo, L, say something. I don't think I can hear you.
You can't hear me?
No, not you.
No?
Say something, L.
Hey, yo, what's good?
I can't hear you. I can hear you, Letter.
Yeah. What about me? Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you. Yeah. Welcome to Soul Blerds After Dark. Superhero DJ John Quick, Elmani V, and the beautiful and lovely Letter J. We missed you last week, Jay. We missed you.
I missed y'all too.
No doubt. But you're making moves, and we're proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
So, yo, let's get right into it, man. So, you know, like, I think I hit both of y'all. I was like, yo, my dude, Michael B. Jordan, came out of the woodworks, you know, hot off of, remember the movie on Netflix he was producing for years and it finally came out? It was a series, Raising Dion, Black superhero movement. Well, this dude, he hit the jackpot, yo. He got the entire Static Shock real live action movie on lock. He's the executive producer. Oh my God. Nice. And I'm excited, man. What y'all think about that, man? I love this, man. I love this for the franchise.
I'm such a fan. Michael is just killing it right now. He is such a man of integrity, and his vision is so dope. I'm proud of every decision. He keeps picking the right roles. He keeps executive producing the right kinds of movies. He keeps partnering with fellow Black people that are really just personifying excellence. And I love that he loves, like, everything that the reason we even created this podcast, like, he is a huge soul bird.
Absolutely. What about you, Al?
Yo, listen, Letter J hit everything on the head. I mean, just to keep it real. I think the only thing I'll add on that is what I like, which is going to be different from the cartoon, is I think he's going to take it with a little bit more of a serious.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. And you know what? I'll be interested in seeing if we see any remnants or elements of Black Panther. Of course, not in terms of story, but in terms of feel and theme and even personality that exists in Static Shock that we saw in Black Panther. So I'm curious to see if that happens.
Yo, I think that's a great point, and I was thinking about that because there's a couple of ways he could go with this. He could make this, you know, a little teeny bopper, you know, cute story, or he can make it like more on a serious level, like Black Panther. And I think that he's a smart guy, and like the times that we're living in now, I think it's very important that he leans more so on the serious side. And the one other thing I want to bring about is that, you know, people, you know, maybe they don't, maybe they do know, but Static Shock is part of the Dakotaverse, and that's basically a Black comic book superhero, you know, whole universe, just like the MCU or the DC, or whatever. And I think that's just going to bring so much work to people in Black Hollywood. I think like writers, producers, because they have some amazing characters. I mean, we're talking like, you know, Icon, Icon and Rocky, Hardware. I know I'm forgetting somebody. Oh, damn.
It's so many.
It's so many, man. And it's funny, they'll come back to me later on in the show, but there's so many in the Dakotaverse, and, you know, great stories, great writing, and I cannot wait till this finally gets off the ground, man. I feel like it's Christmas. It's Christmas already.
Yeah, but you know what? That quick, what you just said about the Dakota verse
Yeah.
is it's an opportunity to really bring more Black directors,
Yes,
visual artists, visual design. I mean, just really a real great, not just a proving ground for those that don't get the opportunity, and especially when we talk about the sci-fi world, because people sleep on how much or how often Black people now are just cut out of Hollywood. But especially cut out of that sci-fi world in all these different roles. So this is really great.
Agreed.
Yes, I agree, man. You nailed it, bro. And we're actually so great at it because people forget the whole premise of The Matrix, one of the best sci-fi movies in history. That was from a sister.
Yes,
they stole that from a sister. You know what I'm saying?
Independence Day.
Yes.
Remember? And Independence Day, another huge box office.
Absolutely.
And
yo, listen, we out here making moves, man. So once again, big up to MBJ. You know, we really appreciate you, brother. So let's keep it moving, man. So to a story that kind of concerned me. This week, the Indiana Pacers and the New Orleans Pelicans hired new head coaches. and neither one of them was Black. Now, in a league that's probably I believe is 78% Black, you know, we're shrinking with the head coaches. We're real because both of those slots were originally taken by Black head coaches, Nate McMillan and I think Alvin Gentry in New Orleans. So this concerns me. I mean, what do you guys think about that?
Sadly, I think it's indicative of just kind of the state of the world. There are Black people always push the needles in major industries, but we are rarely the executives in the C-suites.
Yes.
And I think, unfortunately, that it's very reflective, even in something as large as the NBA. I just think that these decisions they're making are done strategically. And I personally just feel like there's a charge for people of color to really just understand the dynamic that we exist in and how we don't really exist in our power to a certain degree, like understanding our influence, understanding that we have the ability to command change.
Yes.
And these players are so necessary. I really think, but you know, we have a very survivalist mentality. So we kind of do what it takes in order to, you know, survive and to take ourselves from out of one place and into moving on up, so to speak. But really, I do think at some point we need to kind of start saying, okay, you know what? There's a little bit more of an off balance here regarding who the leadership is of this team. I want to play under the leadership of someone that I respect. I need to feel like we were represented adequately. And I don't want to play if that's not going to happen. And, you know, there were players that did it in the NFL. I really think that, you know, there's just a lot more influence. And I think we should maybe use it to start demanding these things are not okay. Like I think if other companies are able to lead diversity initiatives, why is the NBA not doing it? Why are you not making it a point to seek out Black visionaries that are coaches? Like, I don't understand why it's treated so haphazardly.
Yeah, it's you hit so many great points, man. I'm like, El Monty, I mean, I'm saying, man, Jay nailed that. Like, it's really sad, and like you said, I think it's in the players out of all the leagues. I think the NBA players have the most power out of all the leagues, and so, like you said, like, what's so wrong with a group of players getting along on a team? Like, yo, can we be part of this process? We want this coach, this, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think we would have a lot more Black head coach opportunities come within the NBA, because it's really, I don't know, it's bothersome to me. Go ahead, bro.
But this is a microcosm. If you look at it quick, this is a microcosm of the NFL. This is a microcosm of the thing that Ken Chenault, who ran American Express, when he lamented about the fact that 3 years ago when he was retiring, that there were only 2 Black CEOs of Fortune 500 companies.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. This is a microcosm of, in the nonprofit sector, an article just came out about the lack of Black African Americans on executive boards, right? And in corporate boards. I want to point to something that Machiavelli said, literally, and it's about change. And what he says the following: he said, "For the innovator He said, "There's nothing more difficult to take in hand, more perilous to conduct, or more uncertain in its success than to take lead in the introduction of a new order of things. For the innovator has enemies, and all who profit by the old order, right? And only lukewarm defenders by those who would profit by the new order." We are talking, what is that profit? That profit is power. White America has maintained power forever. And everybody is cool with being anti-racist, equality, and everything, as long as it doesn't threaten power. So the reason why you don't see the CEOs, the coaches, the reason why you don't see African Americans getting into top level Ivy League schools isn't because no great African Americans are in the pipeline. They are. It's that it's power, and the white structure does not want to give up that power. That's what's happening.
That's facts. Like, yo, can't argue none of that, brother.
None of it. Yes.
None of it. So let's pivot like Akeem Olajuwon from back in the day and get into some music, man. Yo, that's one of the reasons I love having both of you on, because I know you both are music heads, and I know you guys were just as excited as I was when I heard finally, and they've never done this before, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis are doing an album together.
I know.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I'm so excited.
Yo, I went into my whole Little John vibe. What?
Right?
Okay.
Okay. Real.
So I just wanted to share a few thoughts on it. First of all, these are two of the most iconic producers that America, the world has ever seen, and for them to combine like Voltron and we had to throw that in a little Soul Blerd reference, but to combine like Voltron and do an album together. The question that I have for you guys: who do you want on the album? Because they're producers, so they're not going to really sing or whatever. But who do you want on the album? Give me your 5 artists that you want on your album. I'm gonna go ladies first. What's up, Jay?
Oh man, of course you go for me.
That's right.
Oh man.
Where's my Jeopardy music?
I know, right? So, oh my God. All right. So I think it should be, because they're so iconic, I think that they should put an iconic version of hip hop artists. Now, these are also my top 5 favorite hip hop artists. So you got KRS-One. That dude, they need to bring him in there because he's a legend too. He's a legend. Kendrick Lamar. Amazing.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta honor J. Cole, because honestly, I think his contribution to the millennial demographic is just really powerful, and he's continuously undermined and not really acknowledged.
Unquestioned.
And then I think, oh my God, I'm so mad because there's so many people. I low-key don't want to even say like Jay-Z. I want to say, Mos Def, because I right? I got one more.
Most definitely one of my favorites. Go ahead, keep going.
Mine too, but I'm gonna pass it out to Elmani because I don't want to reserve my last one yet. And I don't know.
Pass the mic, y'all.
I don't know.
Yo, I got one is just sticking in my head as a must. Bruno Mars.
Oh, wow.
Because when you talk about, he fits that Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis vibe perfectly. That's my dude. Like, I'm good. Anybody else you want to throw on? Perfect. But give me Bruno Mars on that joint.
And you good.
So it's on me, huh?
I was going hip hop. You doing R&B? I like that.
Well, I think the reason he went hip hop because even though they have done hip hop in the past, they're really known for the R&B.
Right.
So I get that, but I love the fact that you went hip hop because I wasn't even thinking along those lines, and I think that would be I would like them to do a half and half album.
Yes, I think that makes sense.
R&B,
I was just, I was thinking more like icons of the era, and sadly, man, we've like lost so many R&B icons, and then ones that, like, honestly, it's tough and it's controversial, but R. Kelly is one of the most iconic R&B.
No, sis, we're not doing that. But you know what?
This is one of the things that I always do, though. You differentiate the person from their art because their contribution to music doesn't change because of who they choose to be.
But
like Bill Cosby still was the guy that everyone aspired to be, and he made men and better fathers. And that was very separate. He's an actor. It's very separate than his personal life.
Yeah.
And I think that matters.
You want to take this, L, or should I?
On R. Kelly?
Yeah.
I said R. Kelly and Bill. You can take it one. You can say it.
You know what? Let Jay, salute to you. I'm gonna leave that.
Can
I throw this real quick? Can I throw this one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Lauryn Hill.
Oh,
I think Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis have the cadre that Lauryn Hill would not go in being Miss Diva-ish and would answer that. So I'm just throwing that out there. Now she got to be on time. Shout out to my fellow Jersey.
I did a show. We had a show last year in December at the Javits Center, and Lauren showed up for the sound check, and she was still 4 hours late. I'm like, "How you early for the sound check? And you late for the concert?"
Jay, she went home, ate some wings, and fell asleep.
Came back. It was like, "I'm here." I mean, I was like, "Really, Lauren?"
So look, let me get to my five. So we can get off this. I would love to see. I know it's funny. I would love to see Mary J. Blige back with Jam and Lewis.
Right.
I would love to see. Mary. I would love to see Beyonce with Jam and Lewis. I don't think that's happened. Has that happened yet? I don't think that's happened.
I don't think so.
I would love to see B&J. I would love to see B&J on a couple of Jam and Lewis tracks. Who else? Oh wow, there's so many great artists, man. I would love to see my girl Snow Allegra on a Jam and Lewis track because she's that new hot fresh millennial that's just killing it. I would love to see her on the Jam and Lewis track.
You know who would kill it? You know Tank would kill it. Because he already
Tank would be great. Tank would be great on a Jam and Lewis track. Absolutely. And finally, don't laugh, but think about it. It actually makes sense. Drake. Drake on the Jam and Lewis because he could go either way. He can sing or he can rap or do both or whatever.
He's gonna do both. He's gonna have you emotional.
But people in the comments, let us know like exactly. They can produce like a Ralph Tresvant track for him. But anyway, people in the comments, let us know what you think. Who should be on this upcoming Jimmy Jam Terry Lewis album, man? I'll be interested. Now, people, we have this new thing that we're gonna call it the What the Fuck social media clip of the week. I just want y'all to watch this, and then I want to get y'all's reactions. Y'all ready?
Yes.
Here we go.
Hey,
let me stop that. Let me remove the comment first, and then where is it? Oh, comments. Yeah, where is it? I just had it. Oh, there it is. All right, there you go. All right, let's start this again, man. This is the What the Fuck social media clip of the week. Yo, did you peep the way she caught the chair though?
What?
That was some waitress, I don't know where, it's over in Asia somewhere, and I guess two cats tried to get live with her and she wasn't having it. She went
straight ninja. That was impressive. That was impressive.
Y'all want to see that again? See that again? Let's watch again, y'all.
Yo, she kicked that dude after grabbing the chair.
That was crazy. She caught the chair and then kicked.
I thought she was gonna use the chair. She held the chair and then kicked him.
Yo, it was bananas, man. It was bananas. I definitely had to shout that out, man. But so yeah, as we continue,
she about to get a roll.
I know. Oh yeah. She's gonna get some off of that because she did that too smooth, like
right.
The kick. Listen,
wow.
Almighty over there, like damn. Like when I saw it, I was like, so let's pivot, man. To
it froze a little bit.
He froze.
Oh no!
Hold tight. Let's give him about
that. We coming back. We here. Okay. All right. So we back. We back. Let's talk about this hashtag that's been going around social media called Black Men. And Elmani brought its attention, and when I put it on my page, so many responded from my understanding. Matter of fact, I'd rather you explain where it all came from, and so I'll add later.
So Jamel Hill had wrote a tweet basically saying that Black men aspire to have white patriarchy, that we don't want to fight against white patriarchy and white supremacy, but that we want it for ourselves. And then another Black woman, I think she's out of London, had reinforced it and even said, yeah, Black men want to weaponize this. From that, you had the hashtag where Black men, including myself, pushed back and stated, you know what? Blame Black men. And what you see trend is every single incident from genocide, blame Black men for that. Why is the line at Popeye's Chicken so long? Blame Black men for that. And, yes. and it has become this. And let me, I'm writing. It's funny. I set aside all my other blogs that I've been working on, and I'm coming out with a blog this Sunday about this, and it's called "No Safe Space for Black Men." And what I talk about is the following: is that when you talk about the narrative of what it is to be a Black man, that is constantly co-opted, where others feel empowered to define us in our totality. Now, I'm not going to go on, but it's important because when someone hears that, they believe what I'm saying is that I'm trying to defend or deny that misogyny or misogynoir exists. I'm trying to deny that toxic masculinity doesn't exist. Yes, it does.
Of course.
Yes, it does. Yes. Right? Yes, the negativity and the misogyny that we see in certain Black men does exist. That is true. Here's where the problem comes, is that these narratives are accepted as general narratives for all Black men because they get retweeted, they get liked in general context. And what also happens, and what we see within this culture, is that positive Black men or positive things that we do get rendered invisible. Let's take one example, then I'm gonna move on. We can get on the fact that yes, there is a percentage of Black men that's probably either A, not gonna vote, or B, vote for Trump. That is true, right? I don't know what's in their brain, but that is true. But at most, we're talking 15%. That means 85% of Black men are voting for Biden. What happens is that narrative, though, of those 85% get rendered invisible and the 15% get amplified and elevated. And the problem is people only see what's amplified. And so, yeah, you amplify that one fool or those 15%. And instead of just putting in the proper context that that's 15%, you amplify to me, and the dialogue and the narrative becomes, what's the problem with black men? That's what trends. And so those of us that's sitting here working, by the way, shout out to Omega Psi Phi, your lamplight program. Shout out to Alpha Phi Alpha with their go to college program. Shout out to Phi Beta Sigma with the Sigma Beta Club. Shout out to Kappa Alpha Psi for the Kappa League. Do you know that the black fraternities have been responsible for increasing the largest number of young black males, 18 and 19, just coming out of high school, registered to vote and mobilizing to vote? But those stories don't get told. And that's my problem. I am not going to debate sexism. It exists. I am not going to debate misogyny. It exists. Violence towards black women exists. I'm not going to debate that black women have led the way. That's irrefutable. But what I am saying, as it pertains to black men, we have to stop making the negative images that are Eurocentric and are rooted in D.W. Griffith's Birth of a Nation, rooted in Cecil Rhodes, rooted in David Livingstone. We have to stop amplifying these stereotypes of us as the norm of what a black man is. That's what I'm arguing about.
I hear you. Jay, I would love to hear from you.
I could not agree more, and that was so beautifully articulated. It plays into the narrative of there is a problem with black men. If the world, the very whitewashed world we lived in, a world that took accurate historical information with so many black enterprising minds that they have painted non-black, swarthy people, Beethoven, Shakespeare. Listen, there is a power in the black mind that is so astounding, so remarkable, that we live in a world that needs to literally encapsulate that, put it away, and try to focus and highlight on the problems that exist, because there's so much more that black men have contributed to the entire existence of civilization. Just like what Scratch said last time, there's no black on black crime, bro. There's just crime, because black people have never created genocide on other nations. So we should not be comparing anything about black on black anything. We should be talking about the problems that black men have. We need to be talking about the problems that we face as a nation, as people, and all these things, because you don't even want to have a conversation about the contribution of black people. For sure, black men, they're kings, they're pharaohs. Our beginning did not start with slavery. We have an entire, America in particular has really disseminated an entire pervasive mentality of black men being this and that, but they are absolutely not teaching in schools the contribution that we get a month. We get a month to talk about people that are no longer with us. But if we took that same month and we revamped Black History Month and start educating people about the black men today that have contributed today, the legends that exist today, we would start transforming the mentalities of how black men are perceived. But the truth is that is so intimidating that it's just a lot easier to just piggyback off of what's already happening in this nation, right? Because black men are powerful. And I'm so passionate about this quick that I lead a charge for my ladies, my black queens, all the time, telling them how we have a responsibility to understand what kingship looks like, and that we have a role to play, that we have to support black men and understand you were hunted, you are predatorialized. Yes, you were right. The bad things are normalized. They are not the norm at all. But it's up to us to really unite as people to start spreading a message that says, no, we're not going to have a conversation about that, because those are not the statistics I would prefer to spread. How about I share these with you? And that matters.
I'm not even, honestly, I'm not even adding anything to that because that was just both of you guys was just so profound with that. And again, black women and black men, we got to stick together. This doesn't look good. I mean, yeah, I'm glad it turned into somewhat of a funny situation with some of the memes and whatever, but that whole hashtag is just an ugly looking hashtag, and let's just do better. But anyway, it's about that time for Black Lives Matter, the segment of our show where we delve into issues within the black community. So I'm just going to hit y'all like this.
Jason, I slap police for your case. I go to war for your case. I go to court for your case. I climb the bridge for your
So you know what that's all about. It's all about that hashtag in SARS and what is just a irrehensible thing going on in Nigeria right now. And it holds a special place in my heart because, I have a show on Friday nights called Afro Flavor Radio, which, most of our music, let's keep it 100, it is from the Nigeria area, because it's Afrobeat, mostly, Nigeria and Ghana and things of that nature. But I've had so many Nigerian artists come on the show or just hit me up and just, share their stories of having to deal with this in their home continent and country. And I don't know. Every time I see some of these images, and I believe it was yesterday where they literally the military was shooting at protesters, and it's. I mean, I'm at a loss for words at this point, but I just want all our friends over in Nigeria to know that John Quick, Afro Flavor Radio, Soul Blerds After Dark, we stand with you in this fight.
Thanks.
So go ahead. I don't know what I know one of y'all want to say something about this because this is like, crazy.
Omani, you can go.
Yeah, I mean, some people, they may say, wow, in an African country, you're still having to fight police brutality. And Quick, it's funny when you said Afrobeat, because of course, the first person I'm going to think about is the godfather of Afrobeat, Fela.
Yeah.
And Fela has a song called Zumbi. They call it Zumbi, but Zombie.
Yep.
That literally talks about the military and the police.
Yeah.
Right. And people forget that Black artists, even in the 60s and 70s, were being persecuted by the Nigerian army. But once again, the question becomes why? Let's remember, with the exception of Liberia and Ethiopia, every other African country was colonized and imperialized by Europe. Let's remember that behind the scenes, foreign countries, the Dutch and the Chinese, have their fingerprints all over Nigeria. Why? It's oil reserves. I have a name for everybody.
I think okay, here he goes.
In the early 1990s, hung for he was hung for protesting about the Dutch conquest of the oil reserves in Nigeria. Shell. That's why I never use Shell gas ever. So when you're looking at what's happening, recognize that though this is a Black governor and a Black president and a Black army doing violence and police brutality on Black people, please note that colonialism lives very well within Nigeria's power structure, which is why some of these things are still happening to this day.
That's facts. No doubt, man. Jay, anything you want to add before we move on?
Just Ujima and that, we we have to. I can't wait until people like us, the generations after us, really understand the importance of being Black in the world, and that regardless of what country, what continent we're on, it's important that we are unified as people. I think that matters so much. There's a reason people are torn apart, not by themselves. There's a reason that we live in societies that want Africans not to feel like Black Americans understand. There's a reason that people are intentionally separated because the power we possess together when you're unified can change the world. And I really want, I'm glad you showed that clip because these are things that we deal with our own stuff here in America, but we really need to understand that there are other territories outside of America where people are hurting and they're dying and they are dealing with things that, you know, we deal with stuff on different levels, and to really come together so that we can show support and try to do whatever we can because we're all hurting.
Yeah.
And at least, you know, if we have a mentality where we start coming together and learn, healing the sinews and start really binding together, we're going to change the world. And it'll be closer to what it was when we ran it. And I look forward to that day.
I like, well said, well said, well said. So in other Black Lives Matter news, we have our boy 50 Cent.
Oh, Lord.
This dude, you know, basically he's come out, you know, in support of Donald Trump. You know, we've had others, you know, kind of hit around, you know, we have the whole Ice Cube situation, you know, things of that nature where he's going back and forth. But I just don't think he was really educated on politics in general. But I just want to get your thoughts on someone like 50, you know, saying this. And then do you think, I don't think it's going to have much of an impact because, you know, people don't think it's 50 Cent. He's always been a troll. So,
Yeah.
And I love 50, but yeah, he's always been a troll. So I'm not sure how serious, you know, people are going to take it. What you guys think, man?
I just don't take him seriously, honestly. I don't. I think when you troll your own people the way he has, when you talk about your own, you know, people you've hired for different shows, like, bro, who do you love? You talk about your own son. I know, right? So I have nothing else to say. Who do you love? I can't.
What you think, Omani?
That's my 50 Cent.
That's a I love it. I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Omani.
I you know what? Go vote for Trump. God bless you, sir.
Right.
I got one thing to say. Bro, I just had one thing to say to 50.
These nuts. Got him. Got him.
He is a clown, man. But you know, it's just crazy it seems like as we inch along to, you know, the closer to the day, you know, November 3rd, right. It's just more nonsense is just coming out of the woodworks. And, you know, at this point, I'm like, I'm just glad so many, I believe it was 28 million people have already voted.
Yep.
As compared to 6 million this time in the last election. So right. I think it's a beautiful thing. And I know we're going to get this clown out of office. So let's just keep chugging along and ignore the idiots.
You know, I put on my story, the comedian Andrew Schultz, like the Jewish guy. The funniest thing ever, he was doing a live comedy show. There was a black guy who was like probably biracial. He had a white wife and he had a MAGA hat on. And Andrew was like, wait, are you black? And he goes, with a MAGA hat on. He's like, how does that work? It was hilarious because he's a non-black person. He goes, oh, but you have a white wife. He goes, oh, so you're really putting the American, make America great again. Yeah, I was like, that part.
Oh, listen. It's crazy times we living in, crazy times, man. So right around this time, we go to a place called El Monty's World. So I know, El, you got something you want to wax on. So go ahead, bro. Show's yours.
Oh man, you know what? We've hit on some serious topics tonight. So let's just do something yo, real cool. I saw, and I'm going to work on getting her on the show. But the sister out of London, I wish I had the clip, but the sister out of London, I saw this on Instagram today. She's a black swordswoman. And when I said she worked that katana, she worked it. And I was sitting there like,
oh, bro, you got to hit me up with that video. We got to show that next week.
yeah. I was like, and what was so dope, and it just hit me, man. I will tell you, somebody said I can't take credit for this. It was a sister. She said it would be great to see an all-black woman sword movie, like a samurai movie, but filled with black women.
Yeah, that would be dope. That would be crazy.
Yo, I'm
here for it.
I'm there for it.
I'm here for it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Show me on a character. Listen.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, cool, bro. I like that. So you good, man? Can we go on to letter J? Because I know she got something special for us. All right, no doubt.
I'm so excited because I actually flew to Boston today. I'm super excited to announce that two of my best friends, co-CEOs, two brothers from Boston, created this is called Swim Sanity. They built a video game. It's a multiplayer underwater shooter, action-packed co-op versus all these different game modes. It's supported by online local play. You can literally play it on Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, and Steam. Two black brothers built an incredible video game that is across platforms. They publish it themselves. These are things, by the way, that houses that literally they hire hundreds of developers to create.
Yes, facts.
Created this. So quick, you got a video, you got to show them this.
You ready?
They are literally revolutionizing the gaming industry.
So this is the video, right? This is the video?
Yes.
All right, cool. Let's go.
Yo.
That's
what I'm talking about. That was a promo, the trailer that Nintendo released, and I am so proud. Can you imagine? You saw how incredible that game looks.
Yeah, and it's so Nintendo. That's like as soon as I started, Nintendo.
You know, it's not even just on Nintendo. It's literally on Xbox. It's on PlayStation, and it's on Steam, available on PC as well. And so they are the leader in having a multiplayer, cooperative, and competitive game. And it is just really incredible to know, like, I tell people stuff like this all the time. It's the ultimate multiplayer experience. But in a world where we've got 7.7 billion people, for almost a third of the human population to identify as gamers, first of all, that's an astounding fact. To know that 60% of that 2.7 billion people are African American.
Wow.
Yes, to see two young Black men that didn't wait for someone to give them funding, didn't wait for a seed fundraise, didn't wait for an investor. They did the work themselves. They brilliantly, yes, created a game. And then, because we play the games, right? We're the reason that the gaming industry is a $160 billion industry. But to know that some of the people are creating these games is the message. To Elmani's point, this is what Black men are doing, by the way.
Yeah,
this is what we need to be focused on.
I love it. So thank you, Jay. That was amazing. So I guess it's my
quick. Here's the funny here's a funny connection though. I didn't realize that you were in Boston and you were talking about these two brothers. I think my mentee, who I sent to Northeastern University and is studying gaming, is actually interning for them.
Wow.
I think my mentee, his name's James Andrews. I think, because I just was talking to him last week, I think he's interning for them.
Oh my God, that's amazing. We got to talk about that.
That is so dope, man. I love hearing stories like that, Black excellence all around. So we cutting it up with quick right now. And, it's funny. I really didn't have anything really to cut up about, but I found this as I was looking for something. You ever find something, you're looking for something else, and then you find something that you're glad you found? Well, I found this, y'all. I found this.
Oh.
This is, and now y'all know I'm big, right? You know I'm a big dude. So look how big this is. This is a Black Panther, the illustrated history of a king. All right. Wow. And I remember when I purchased this. I actually purchased this before the movie actually dropped, and it's just a beautiful. Just want to show you a few pictures. You can see it's just a beautiful illustration. I think I can't get it up here anyway. It's a beautiful illustrated. Like, look how thick this book is, man. It's crazy.
I gotta get one of those.
Yeah. So what I would suggest is definitely, if you get a chance, you come across this in one of the comic book stores. I'm sure Midtown Comics may have one, or there's a couple other notable comic book stores. Definitely try to get it, man, because I look at this. This is something, like, I don't have kids now, but this is something that when I do have my kids, they're going to treasure and love this. And, my nieces and nephews, they all love the Black Panther. So I can't wait to, when I go home, to surprise my mom. Hope nobody tell her for her birthday in a couple of weeks. I'm going to bring this.
She's not watching.
Yeah, no, she's not watching. Mama, unless it's Hallmark Channel, she ain't watching. So I just, my thing is this, man, and I live by a code. I try to honor all things that symbolize Black excellence, and I try to support all things that symbolize Black excellence. So that's where we got to keep it at, man. So that's it for this week, man. Unless y'all got some final parting shots, we about to slide out of here. Y'all good?
Yo, go watch the video that Barack went in. Barack went in. Go watch it.
I cannot wait to see it. And so, Omani, because of you, I am making a point to binge watch some anime this week. I am also going to watch my first episode, because I haven't seen Lovecraft County yet. I haven't watched it. And now they're all out, so I'm watching it this week. Okay,
listeners, pay attention.
Okay. I will.
No, listen. This is true.
Okay.
We're going to have one of the main stars of Lovecraft come on the show in a couple of weeks. She's shooting the Serena and Venus story right now. So that's why she didn't come on this week. But she already promised me. She's a member of Delta Sigma Theta, so she's going to come through. We're going to get her on the show at some point. Not sure when, but we're going to get her on. All right. So you got to catch up so we can all talk about it.
I will. And you know what? I would like to throw out a new hashtag. Black men are king. That's the
I like that. Absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. I like that. Thank you, Queen. So, unfortunately, another episode has passed, but we will be back next week, y'all. Let's get the party going still. Soul Blerds After Dark. Peace.
You're listening to Soul Blerds After Dark with Letter J. Almani Vani and superhero DJ John Quick.
That was awesome.